What's up, you guys? My name is Justin. Welcome to my channel, 502 Fragrance Reviews. And today I want to talk to you guys about discontinued fragrances. You know, me being a younger guy and kind of more recently getting into the fragrance game, it's pretty much inevitable that there's going to be a good amount of fragrances out there that I have never got the chance to experience because they sadly got discontinued. And that's what I want to tell you guys about today is 10 discontinued fragrances that unfortunately I never got a chance to smell. Stay tuned. When it comes to these 10 discontinued fragrances, these are ones that are very well known in the fragrance community at this point. I'm pretty sure your more average consumer won't know about many of these fragrances. These are more so for the fragrance connoisseurs. So for those of y'all watching this video that are returning subscribers, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel, liking and commenting the videos. I really appreciate the support. And to those that are watching this video that are newer to my channel that's not subscribed, if you enjoy this content, find it informative, entertaining, hit the subscribe button below because like my return subscribers will tell you, I got a lot of content planned. So the first fragrance I want to talk to you guys about that's discontinued, I never got a chance to smell, comes from the house of Gucci. And there's going to be a few on here because these came out maybe early 2000s and I never got a chance to smell them. This one right here is one of the Gucci Big Three, and this is Gucci Rush. Now this one right here, this was made when Tom Ford was the creative director, is a woody aromatic fragrance. When I look at the notes of this fragrance, it looks very woody with prominent notes of cedar wood. You also got sandalwood. You've also got cypress. I mean, you got lavender in there as well. It seems like it's a very sophisticated woody type of fragrance. It seems like you gotta like woods. Even though I've never got a chance to smell this, I could probably pick up a fragrance, maybe got a similar vibe to it, because this fragrance right here, according to Fragrantica, does get compared to another fragrance, which is Azzaro Visit right here. Now, of course, Gucci Rush came out before this. I feel like this one right here is inspired by Gucci Rush, but this one is readily available, Azzaro Visit, and maybe I might want to pick this up because I can find it at a pretty good price on discounters. But it's another fragrance right here. Well, this is a fragrance right here that unfortunately I never got a chance to smell. This comes from the house of Gucci, and that is Gucci Rush. I think it's pretty cool to do videos like this. I mean, this is not one of your typical like recommendation type of video. This is more so me just sitting down, chilling, talking to you guys about my fragrance journey. So the next fragrance I want to tell you guys about comes from the house of Paco Rabanne, and this one has picked up a lot of buzz through the last few years since its discontinuation. This is Paco Rabanne's Invictus Aqua, the 2016 version. As you all know, there's the new Paco Rabanne Invictus Aqua 2018 version, which I know how that smells, but I have heard there is some differences between these two, and I've never smelled Invictus Aqua 2016. I do have a fragrance in my collection that does draw some similarities to Invictus Aqua 2016, and that is Versace Hawass right here, and I like this one a lot. However, when I look at the note breakdowns of both, this has a nice pronounced sweetness to it. Let me know in the comment section below if you own Invictus Aqua 2016. Based off the note breakdown, that does not look like it has any type of sweetness in it. It looks like really zingy, fresh, and marine. Doesn't look like it had many sweet notes in it. Also, there is another fragrance out there that gets compared to I already said it, to Invictus Aqua 2016, and that's Mont Blanc's Legend Spirit, which I have smelled that one, and that one has a really nice opening. I like that one quite a bit as well. But this one right here, the price tag has gone up, and actually all these obviously have gone up since they got discontinued. But apparently this is a really long-lasting, like insanely abnormal, long-lasting, fresh marine fragrance for the summertime that I never got a chance to smell. And that is Paco Rabanne's Invictus Aqua 2016. This next fragrance right here, I really wish I had got a chance to smell this one, but unfortunately I did not. But there's other fragrances out here that's got a similar vibe to this. This comes from the house of YSL, and this is YSL's Rive Gauche Pour Homme. This one right here. This one and the original one, the canister, not the reformulated bottle right here, that Rive Gauche, which also got discontinued I think recently, but this one, the original, the canister. Oh man, when I look at the notes in this, it's got lavender, it's got star anise, it's got rosemary, got geranium in here. It's some of the notes. This is to be said in the community to be one of the best, if not the best, barbershop fragrance of all time. And I have not gotten a chance to smell it. I have smelled other barbershop fragrances like Tom Ford's Beau de Jour, like Chanel's Platinum Egoiste, Mason Margiela's At the Barbers. I've smelled barbershop fragrances, but apparently there's something special about this one that unfortunately I have not got a chance to experience, and it's been said to have good performance too. But keep it short and simple with this one. This is an insanely good barbershop fragrance apparently that I've never got a chance to get my nose on, and that's YSL's Rive Gauche Pour Homme. The next fragrance I want to talk to you guys about is one that's definitely a Hall of Famer in the fragrance community. It's for sure a Hall of Famer, and this is one of Ashton from Jensen. It's one of his favorite fragrances of all time. He said it recently. This comes from the house of Gucci once again, another one of the Gucci big three, and it's Gucci Envy. This one right here. Man, I really wish I got a chance to get my nose on this. I mean, it's insanely hard to find now. Well, kinda. I mean, the price is inflated out the wazoo now for this. I ain't spending the money on that. But this is one right here that apparently it's a masterpiece. This is a aromatic, zingy, fresh, spicy, warm, spicy fragrance. It's got some notes of ginger, incense, lavender, sandalwood, some of the notes in here. And honestly, there's another fragrance out there that gets compared to this one. It's got some nice similarities apparently, and that's Homme right here. And that one got discontinued. So that Gucci Envy type of vibe that's in that, you can't get that either. So this is another fragrance right here that maybe it'd be so cool. It'd be really cool if a fragrance can bring back a fragrance that they discontinued. You know, bring it back. If you want to repackage it, maybe. Nah, maybe not repackage it, but if it's sold well, I mean, bring it back, guys. It's just that simple. This is another fragrance right here that I never got a chance to try out, and it's a Hall of Famer in the fragrance community, and that is Gucci Envy. Going back to the house of YSL now, the next fragrance I want to talk to you guys about was a fragrance that was made once again when Tom Ford was the creative director under it. So basically what I'm getting from this, because there's Gucci fragrances on here and YSL fragrances on here when they was under Tom Ford. Basically, if you're under Tom Ford, or brands under Tom Ford, they're gonna make great fragrances. That's what I'm getting out of this. This one right here is a Hall of Famer, and this is YSL's M7. So this fragrance right here, like Rive Gauche, also got rebottled and repackaged, and they brought it back as YSL's M7 Oud Absolute. And that one right there also, I think, recently got discontinued. However, I have heard that there is still differences between this one and the OG M7. This fragrance right here, if memory serves correct, and correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section, but this one right here was the first designer fragrance to feature oud in it. Back then, Tom Ford didn't mind taking a risk at all. He wasn't super conservative with his fragrances, and even now, he's not conservative with his fragrances. And this one right here is a designer westernized take on oud, featuring notes of oud, amber, vetiver, some of the notes. It is woody, and it's like aromatic. It's like a little bit sweet based off the note breakdown that I have found. And it's one that Max 40 also got a bottle of this. I seen in one of his videos, I can't remember which one, he's got a bottle of this, and he says that he really enjoys M7. And it's one that apparently, also Sebastian from Smell Great Fragrance Reviews likes the original M7. It's one that has got a nice distinct smell to it, especially back then apparently when it first came out, because there's no other designer fragrance that had oud in it, and now there's a bunch now. But still, I think I've heard even to this day that fragrance right there, if you wear it, it's got a distinct smell, and it's most likely to get you noticed. And this is YSL's M7, another fragrance that sadly I have not got a chance to smell. Next fragrance I want to talk to you guys about is one that kind of recently got discontinued over the last year, I believe so. And this one right here comes from the house of Versace, and this is the original Versace Man. This one right here. I do have Versace Man Eau Fraiche right here. I do have this one. Gorgeous summertime fragrance. However, Versace Man, the original, isn't a summertime fragrance. It's actually a fall and winter fragrance, featuring notes of tobacco, saffron, and amber. This is one right here that I do wish I had gotten a chance to get my nose on, because this one, as like I said, it kind of recently got discontinued. So when it was available, it was on discounters probably for a good price. And I should have picked it up then, because now, unfortunately, the price is going to steadily, if it hasn't already, skyrocket for this fragrance. I think maybe it didn't sell well for Versace. I mean, I never saw this one in department stores ever. I saw Man on Fresh. You can find that in department stores, no problem. But that one, at least in the United States, you can't find that in department stores, at least where I live at. And Macy's and my dealers and stuff, I can't find it. Or couldn't find it. But this is one right here that has gotten a good amount of love, a good amount of feedback in the fragrance community. It's not like Hall of Fame-esque, apparently, like M7 by YSL or the big Gucci Big 3. But it's one that people said is still a nice fragrance that unfortunately got discontinued. So it's another fragrance right here that I have not gotten a chance to smell, unfortunately. That is the original Versace Man. The next fragrance I want to talk to you guys about is one that I saw this in different videos. Apparently this used to be available for around 30 bucks. It was that inexpensive, but still really good. And now the prices has quadrupled. This comes from the house of Van Cleef & Arpels. And this is Van Cleef & Arpels Midnight in Paris. Apparently, from what I've heard, this brand right here in general is the one that's just underrated in the fragrance community. That's what I've heard. This one is got a powdery vibe to it. This features notes of tonka bean, leather, and incense. And this fragrance right here does draw comparisons to two other fragrances. One of them being Bulgari Black, which I've never got my nose on that either. But there is another fragrance out there that I have heard and it's been voted, it's got similar vibe to this one. And that is Prada Black, which I have right here. This one, it's really solid fragrance. This one's got a prominent tonka bean like the Midnight in Paris. Maybe that's where it's coming from. Also there's amber in this one and this one. But this one's one right here that apparently it was really good. And unfortunately it got discontinued. The bottle design, like many people say in the community, is dope. I like the bottle design. But to have a fragrance that was going for around 30 bucks at discounters, and now the prices has skyrocketed to insane prices, it sucks. I mean, at this point, because this is discontinued, Bulgari Black that I just talked to you guys about is not discontinued. That's available, so maybe you might go get that. Or Prada Black. But still, this is a fragrance right here I wish I got a chance to get my nose on at least. And that has been Van Cleef & Arpels Midnight in Paris. The next fragrance I want to talk to you guys about is one that recently it was available on fragrancebuy.ca. Even though it's discontinued, they must have got lucky with shipments or something. This comes from the house of Mandarina Duck, and this is Mandarina Duck Black Extreme right here. So with this one, this is the extreme version, guys. The original Mandarina Duck Black is still available. I'm gonna show the bottle right here. That one right there is still available on discounters. And what's weird is, and what's actually is pretty interesting, these fragrances right here, the original Duck Black and the extreme version, they share the exact same note breakdown. I've never seen that in an extreme or an intense flanker of an original. Typically, they keep that core DNA, the core notes, but they add other stuff to it. But these two right here, the note breakdown is exactly the same. So this one right here features prominent notes of vanilla, tonka bean, and tangerine, actually pretty unique. This is one right here that I've heard has got a nice, creamy tonka bean vibe to it. And it's at a pretty good price, whether it was the Duck Black Extreme, which was recently on fragrancebuy.ca, or if you want to get the original Duck Black, that one, it's still at a good price point. But this is one right here that it hasn't gotten an overwhelming amount of hype, but it's got a decent amount. And it's one that actually Ashton from Gentsense recently picked up, and he thought it was pretty nice. And it's one that I would like to smell it because I like the note of tonka bean in fragrances. I like vanilla too, but tonka bean I'm noticing I'm really liking in fragrances, and that's actually a note that gets used a lot in fragrances in today's modern time. So this is another fragrance right here that unfortunately I never got a chance to smell, and that is Mandarina Duck Black Extreme. This next fragrance right here I want to talk to you guys about is one that, man, this one looks really unique, at least to me, based off of note breakdown. This is one right here that's gotten a lot of good feedback in the fragrance community from those that have owned it or smelled it through the years. This comes from the house of Guerlain, and this is Guerlain L'Instant de Guerlain Pour Homme Extreme. This one right here. So the bottle that I'm showing you guys is the original bottle that it came in. This fragrance right here kind of recently through the years came back in a way. It got put in the signature new bottle design of Guerlain, and that's Guerlain's L'Instant de Pour Homme right here. It doesn't say Extreme in the name anymore, but apparently from watching Sebastian's from Smelling Great Fragrance reviews, he said that this has similarities to this, but there's still different nuances that he loves that's in the original, the OG. So we're talking about this one. This features notes of cacao, patchouli, star anise in here, sandalwood as well. And it's one that, I mean, cacao, patchouli, star anise, it looks pretty cool. I'm not even gonna lie, like, this is one right here that I would really like to smell. In one of Sebastian's videos, can't remember which one it was, talking about this, might have been his top 20 Guerlain fragrances. I'm gonna leave a link to that in the pinned comment below. He said that when he first smelled this fragrance, he smelled it on a guy in his Uber. Well, a guy that was Ubering him to somewhere, and he smelled it on the Uber and he had to know what it was. So this is one right here that looks like it's got a nice chocolatey earthiness to it from the cacao and patchouli, but also it's got like a nice little of a spicy, anisic undertone to it. It's one that even George from the channel Fragrance Apprentice, he says that, I think he said this is his most prized fragrance in his collection. I think he said that. If not, it's one of the most prized. And it's one that I would love to get my nose on this. However, it's done at this point. That fragrance is no longer able to be found. I have to get the new Guerlain L'Instant de Pour Homme Eau de Parfum version in the new Guerlain bottle. That's probably gonna be good too, because Guerlain's a really good fragrance house. But I still wish I got the chance to smell the OG. And that's Guerlain's L'Instant de Guerlain Pour Homme Extreme. And the last fragrance I'm gonna talk to you guys about. Not only is this a Hall of Famer in the fragrance community, I think the perfumer behind this was pissed when this brand decided to discontinue his fragrance. I'm pretty sure, because I'm gonna tell you why I think so. This is the third and final fragrance from the Gucci Big Three, and it's the most well known, and it's Gucci Pour Homme. This one right here. Gucci Pour Homme 2, on a side note, did get discontinued recently, and I've smelled that, so that's why it's not in this list. But the Gucci Pour Homme 1, I haven't got a chance to smell it, guys. Unfortunately, this is another one right here that was made when Tom Ford was creative director for Gucci. This one right here features notes of incense, cedarwood, pink pepper, leather, and it's one that apparently it is an excellent fragrance. Ashton, once again, from the channel Gen Sense, y'all know him, y'all love him, he's great. He says this fragrance right here is just excellent, and I'll take his word for it. It's one that I really wish I got a chance to smell. It's very woody. And the perfumer behind this fragrance, which his name is Michel Almerac, the reason why I think he was pissed that Gucci discontinued this is because he's made 2 other fragrances that's got very strong vibes to this. One of them I actually have being Bentley for Men Absolute, this one right here. And in one of Simply Put Scents videos, Eve from Simply Put Scents, he said that he read or saw that Michel Almerac thinks that Bentley for Men Absolute is actually an improvement on the original Gucci Pour Homme. But that's debatable, you know, it's his opinion, but it may vary. And also there's another fragrance that recently he put out for this niche house. They're called Parles de Moi or something like that. I'll bring it up. And that is Papyrus Oud. This one right here also gets compared to Gucci Pour Homme. These two, I mean, that's 3 fragrances right there with a strong Gucci, well, 2 other fragrances with a strong Gucci Pour Homme vibe. I like this one a lot. This is really growing on me through time. But it's another one right there. I think Michel Almerac was like, okay, they're gonna discontinue my masterpiece. My masterpiece will live on in other brands. And that's the fragrance right here, the last one I'll talk to you guys about that I never got a chance to smell, unfortunately. A Hall of Famer in the fragrance community once again, and that is Gucci Pour Homme. That one right there. And that's all I got for you guys today, man. Let me know in the comment section below, have you smelled any of these 10 discontinued fragrances? Are you lucky enough to still own any of these 10 discontinued fragrances? Let me know in the comment section below, because I love to talk to you guys in the comments. I'll reply to every comment, y'all know that. And if you enjoyed this type of video, hit the like button so let me know to put out more videos that's more like this, more talk style. That's all I got for you guys today, man. Hope you have a nice day, nice evening. Till next time.